let's do a little bit of a deep dive into the economy and see what the voters think. If I take a 1 to 10 scale and ask people to rate the economy on the health, only 5% say very strong, 7% are at 9, 14%. So 18% are at 7. So even though a solid majorities will be 5 and above, in fact, there'll be almost no one, maybe 1 out of 5 will rate the economy 4 and below. And if I take what's conventionally the top 3 boxes, though, I'm only at 25%, 26%. And if I take the top box, I'm only at 5%. So people think the economy's going well, but they're not all over there on 10 very strong. They're really on kind of more in a, if you had an excellent, very good scale, they're more on the very good side. And in fact, would you rate business conditions in the United States today very good? 14, good 35, normal 35, bad 14. So only 14 say bad. Would you say jobs in the United States today are plentiful? 45, not so plentiful, 41, hard to get, 14. Again, given the incredibly low unemployment numbers, you would have thought that this question would have come out a little stronger. Are you concerned or not concerned that there'll be an economic recession in the next 6 months? Well, 55% are concerned about a recession. So recession worries are really beginning to take over on the economic front. It's interesting, is this a partisan issue? Are Democratic economists saying one thing versus Republican economists? Is there a desire, is there a desire on the part of some to, I think, keep a recession drum going because it takes away from President Trump his main strength? Or is there, in fact, a recession coming? Or is all this just the normal fear of Wall Street that something's going to go wrong that consistently plays itself out? We don't know, but I'd say a majority now of the public are concerned about a recession. Do you think that in the next 6 months, business conditions will be better, 25, worse, 32? So again, there's a lot of negative sentiment building up. Would you say there'll be more jobs, 28, fewer jobs, 32, or the same number of jobs in the next 6 months? Again, no real positive momentum moving forward. Do you expect your income to increase, decrease, or remain the same in the next 6 months? Slightly better news here. When you ask people about themselves, they're a little bit more optimistic. 27% say that their pay is going to increase, 16% say decrease, and 57% remain the same. Have you made any big ticket purchases? About 32% of the public acknowledge that they made big ticket purchases. What do they view as a big ticket purchase? Automobiles, top of the list, TV sets, refrigerators, washing machines. Do you plan to make any big ticket purchases in the next 6 months? 71%. Number one thing they plan on buying? Automobile, 37. TV set, 22. Home renovation. Pretty good number for the home renovation industry, 22%. Did you take a vacation in the last 6 months? Majority says yes. Did you travel to the U.S. or a foreign country? 70% within the U.S., 16% a foreign country, and pretty strong 14% did both. Are you currently planning to take a vacation in the next 6 months? 55%, even more. Do you travel to a U.S. or foreign country? Again, numbers that are about the same, 72% in the U.S. So when you look at it, look at economic numbers, people think the economy is going in the right direction, but not a lot of people say it's very strong. There's a growing cloud about whether or not a recession is coming. They don't really see jobs as overly plentiful. They do think more likely than not that they're going to get an increase in pay, and they're doing some pretty good purchases and taking a pretty good number of vacations when you look at it. The more you get down to the personal level, the better the numbers seem, and the more you ask voters about the country, the more tentative they are. Certainly, these numbers could significantly weaken with adverse economic developments. Hard to see how they can get much stronger.